If you're the type of friend that always makes plans with your other friends, but it's never reciprocated, you always have to reach out to them in order to really connect with them or hang out with them. You always have to feel like the person that has to console your other friend, has to be the funny friend, has to always, you know, bring something to the table, when vice versa it's never reciprocated. I feel like your friends leave you out of group trips or just activities that you think you should be, you know, included in. The type of friend that feels just like uneasy, overstimulated after hanging out with these people, interacting with these people. If you, truth be told, these people don't like you, never considered you a friend, and probably don't even respect you. They don't respect you. They don't respect you. They don't care for you. They probably are in secret competition with you. And so I think this will help you really determine, okay, whether or not you should continue a relationship. Okay, my advice: stay the fuck away. If you've been feeling, if any of these situations you've been in more than once, more than twice, more than 3 times, and you've confronted them about it and they still don't, goodbye. Okay, because trust me, there's a billion people. And my thing is too, if you're sitting around with people that drain you, that stimulate you, that don't like you, what does that say about you? Do you even like yourself? Because why would you stick with that? So if you've ever felt like this, then this is the video for you, because we're going to go and unpack every red flag, every sign, and I'm going to help you confirm these feelings, and in the hopes that you can make the best decision whether or not you want to continue a relationship with these people. Because hi pretties, I hope you guys are having a pretty good day and staying pretty, and what? You're the prettiest of them all, and never forget that, and never let anyone tell you otherwise, because you are. What the hell? Are you kidding me? You're the prettiest. Okay, and make sure to join the Pretties, which are my supporters. The Pretties, the word comes from the word prettiest, because my supporters are the prettiest of them all. Prettiest on the net, actually. The whole entire internet. Yes. Yeah, and the goal that I have for Pretties is for them to be as big as the BTS army, the Barbs, Beehives, any fandom you think about. Like, we're not a fandom, but it's like a supporter, like a community, like an internet community. But I want them to be as big as the Orbits, create their own things, Stan, Luna, RIP, and just do big things. So yeah, and then for the goal I have for myself is just be a full-time creator and really do this, and just like create a beautiful community, really. So I gotta get started. Okay, let's talk about the silent signs that your friend doesn't like you. The first sign is they support you publicly but not genuinely. So for instance, they support you on Instagram, but it's always very dry, it's always very minimal. They never bring up your accomplishments in conversation. They almost sort of like, they're not that happy for you, or they're not invested into your accomplishments, your goals, things that you've achieved, whether big or small. It's always very minimal and very dry, and it's always uncomfortable for them to do that. And when you do call them out, they either say, well, what do you want me to say? What do you want me to do? That's a problem. But it feels dry. They never leave real comments or hype you up genuinely. Like, it's either okay, oh, how'd you do that? I didn't know that. Okay, congratulations. Like, it just always feels like you can tell when someone's not being genuine or that happy for you. It's almost like it's uncomfortable for them when you achieve something good or something good happens. I think this is a big problem, and it shows that they're either competing with you or they don't genuinely respect you. So when they get uncomfortable or you feel like they're almost upset or kind of like you got that, it's really because they think that, oh, how can you get that before I have, or how can you accomplish this? They probably see you in a certain way that isn't a positive way, and so when you achieve things and continue with your life and invest into yourself, or just happy about your goals, it like makes them feel like a certain way. And a lot of times there are some people who genuinely are friends with people they don't like for competition reasonings. A lot of people also befriend people for social status, which is something that I've learned growing up in my 20s, is that people will be friends with people for literally work purposes, for life, to be around a certain group of people. And that's a thing that I didn't know existed, but it happens at work, it happens in communities. There's like, I think even like when people own like houses, like a homeowner situation, I feel like people like befriend like their neighbors just to feel a part of the community and be a part of something, even though they don't like each other. Like, adults will friend people that they don't like. I do not know why. And when we were younger, if I don't like you, bye, bitch. Like, I'm not talking to you. But when you're an adult, everything is it's like people will befriend people they don't like for like monetary purposes, for closeness and wealth, work purposes, and it's almost like you kind of have to. And that's also very troubling. So where was I going with this? Sorry, I always like go off tangent, but they ask personal questions but share nothing back. For instance, they want to know everything about your life: money, plans, who you're friends with, why you're friends with them, what happened to your life, what are you upset about, what are your weaknesses, everything, the way you drink water. But when it's their turn, they're mute, they become vague or private, they don't share a lot of stuff, they always turn it back to you, which is another thing that people do when they don't want you to know their personal business. But often people will turn it around back to you and be like, or just change the subject. If that is happening, that's a problem, and those are the type of people that are very, very like scary and like a big red flag. Like they're probably tell all your business to other people. They probably secretly do not. They probably 99% they don't like you, and they're probably telling people all your business and either feel intimidated by you, threatened by you, or just don't respect you and want to get close to you because they don't like something. And I know with some certain situations, like if you're messing with someone that they like, they might just be around you just to, because they're interested in you have something of value they want to be close to. That's another thing. Like if you have a nigga that you like, and then they might like your nigga, so they'll be around you just for that, or your ex or something. Sometimes girls will be friends with you because your ex is like someone that they're probably fucking with, and they want to know if you're still fucking with, you know what I'm saying? Like just some weird shit. So it's a problem. It's a problem. The first thing I would do is just stop telling all your personal business. I would also, like, if you want to be shady back, I would make up a lie, make up like 3 different lies, and like share it with different people that you feel uncomfortable with or feel like they're like low-key trying to get intel on you, and see what lie gets back to you. Like share like a big freaking lie and see if anyone finds out, and that will tell you if this, and tell them like, hey, I don't want you to know about this, keep it to yourself. And if it gets back to you, that person is a fake ass bitch. She's telling all your business, all your tea. So I would then just like distance myself. I wouldn't cut them off, because as an adult, I feel like you need to like know how to like maturely weed people out of your life. You can just cut them off, cold turkey, just boom. But I think like distance yourself, because you don't want to like cut people off without like confirming and seeing, you know what I'm saying? First distance yourself, stop telling your tea, watch this person, observe this person, start like sort of fading out, and then when it's time to really cut them off, goodbye. And that's what you're gonna do. That's, I feel like, the mature way. That's how I feel like adults handle it when it's between two, like, adults or whatever. They like kind of like weed out, get confirmations, observe, kind of like observe this person like really well, and sort of like keep have their, what do you call it, on their toes type of thing. Like they're watching, like just watch them and do that. If you want to cut them off completely, do that too, but get confirmation first, because you don't want to just do something without really thinking about it. Okay. The next red flag, so you feel drained after hanging out with them. So for instance, not normal tired, but emotionally heavy tired. After you hang out with them, you're kind of just like, what happened? That was weird. I notice that oftentimes people tend to disregard their instincts or feelings, or if you felt weird, it's okay to feel like that certain thing was weird, or the way she said that was weird, because your instincts is smart enough. We're all smart human beings. I often get that with people when certain weird situation happens, but oftentimes I've noticed that we are told to just forget about them, or it's not that serious, or you're just misreading it, but it's not. It's your instincts telling you that something's wrong, something was off, even if it's small or like, minuscule or whatever it is. It's not something that's, you should just forget about. It's something to just take into consideration. That's how I like to think about it. When you have a healthy relationship, like a genuine healthy person, it shouldn't never feel like that. That's not something you should feel like. And I often feel like people who are in those situations think that that's like regular, when it's actually not regular, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's other reasonings. I mean, we have a million different reasons why someone may stay in a relationship like that, but it's never right for friendships to ever feel weird, bipolar, always have your nervous system just tense, heavy, or weird. And if it ever feels like that, you need to leave, because that's not a friend that's really making you comfortable, making you safe. It's just not healthy for the long run. It's just not healthy and if you constantly feel like that, then you either need to address it and tell them, hey, this is what I feel around you. And first you need to figure out why you feel like that. Like, why are you feeling tense? Why do you feel overstimulated? Why do you feel like their energy is unpredictable? Why do you feel these things? Write them down if you want to. It's not corny at all. Write it down, figure it out. Figure out the times, because they're gonna ask you. The people do this. They're gonna be like, okay, when did I feel like, okay, and then name the times, and kind of just think about it for a while. Come back to them and actually have a conversation. If this is someone that cannot have a conversation, that's another red flag that you need to add to your list and probably distance yourself. If this person cannot be mature and just be like, okay, let's have a conversation. Oh, I didn't know you were feeling like this. Okay, let's just talk about it. So when were you feeling? What was the situation? And if it's not someone that actively wants to change or wants to dissect the situation and figure out what was wrong, what they did wrong, and is open to that, then that's it's just that's a basic thing as a friend you should do. So exit, bro. And I feel like people need to realize that there are so many people in this world that are so open and so easy to just be cool with, to work with, and to have a healthy relationship with. So why stick with one person that is just not healthy for you when there's a million people on this earth, billions of people on this earth that you can have an amazing relationship with that you don't even know about, but you're limiting to yourself with this one person or several people that just aren't good for you, that don't even like you. And my thing is too, if you're sitting around with people that drain you, that stimulate you, that don't like you, what does that say about you? Do you even like yourself? Because why would you stick with that? For real, why would you stick with that? Why would you converse? Why would you talk? Why would you engage? Okay, this is another red flag sign. They're always judging you or calling you weird. Every little thing you do gets labeled, you're weird. Why would you do that? You're so dramatic. The jokes always makes you the punchline. Over time, it chips away at your confidence. It's not teasing. It's literally disguised criticism. You're not laughing with them. They're laughing at you. Okay, so people who judge others, I had a friend that would always judge everything that I would do. I was one time at this protest with this friend, and I was screaming out, and then she was just like, oh, why are you screaming like that? Low-key homophobic, I'm not gonna lie, but she was just always nitpicking little things. Why are you running like that? Why do you talk like that? Mind you, she knows my tea. But this was at a time when I wasn't really out like that. Yeah, so that can happen. They can judge you. And if that's the case, why would you want to be around that? Just why? Honestly, if someone's nitpicking, talking about it, I would call them out on it and then address it. And if they're very not receptive to it and very just, just not someone who's open, just very hard-headed, there's probably underlying issues deep down, and I would just like back the fuck off. Bye. Like, it's just those type of people kind of have a bit immature and just don't understand the way of the world, and so sometimes you just have to like leave them where they're at, to be honest with you. So that's all the signs that I have written down. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this confirms what you've been feeling and helps you sort of make a decision on whether or not you want to continue your relationship with these people. And honestly, like, one thing I hate is when people try to dim down what you feel and what your instincts are telling you, and when you know certain situations are weird or certain things that they said are weird. So I think it's always things to take into consideration and observe and sit with, so you're not weird for feeling like your friends are maybe talking behind your back. You're not weird for thinking that your friends are not being your friends. You're not weird for thinking like, why are my friends like this, but why can't my friends be like those people, where they're just healthy, where it's chill, where they want to hang out, like they actually enjoy each other's companies. You're not weird for that, because you're picking up the signs and you're realizing like these people may not even like you to begin with, may not even respect you like that. You're a convenience friend, who knows, you might be that. Like, you just have to start thinking, and you have to start seeing how people actually see you. And from there, I feel like once you start observing, once you start distancing, once you start peeling back and really observing the situation, looking back at your past conversation, things like that, you'll then realize like, oh my god, it's actually been like this, then this way this whole time. Like, it's actually been weird from the start. Like, what the hell? So, and it's okay. That happens to everyone. Never feel embarrassed, okay? But anyways, guys, thank you guys so much. I hope this was helpful. I kept rambling on, and like, I'm not the best talker, so I hope this video was helpful. I'm gonna try to put it together in a really nice way. If you want me to make a part 2 or anything like that, we can do that. But I just hope that it helped you guys really confirm what you've been feeling, and I just want to like acknowledge that it's okay to feel like that. It's actually best you pick up those things, because you don't want to be 10 years down the line, or maybe you already are, and then with someone that is just completely been weird to you. And if you have, girl, run and leave, because it's not worth it. Anyways, guys, I love you guys so much. You're pretties. You're the prettiest of them all, and never forget that. Never let anyone tell you otherwise. And yeah, you're the prettiest of them all. Never forget that. Bye.